After years of withstanding the elements, older buildings can succumb to wear and tear. But in that time, these buildings can become more than just structures. They become homes, landmarks, places of importance to entire communities. For example, like restoring a home at 604 2nd Street in Brentwood, California. It is for this reason that the Carey Brothers Remodeling has accepted the challenge of bringing these historic and well-loved buildings into modern times. To tell me all about it, I'm excited to have James Carey, co-owner of Carey Brothers Remodeling, on today's show. James, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Peggy. Great to be with you.
So, James, tell me all about the Carey Brothers and when you guys really kind of fell in love with remodeling. You guys are doing such beautiful homes today.
Thank you so much. My brother and I are third-generation contractors. He started in construction for our uncle in about 1976. I joined him in 1981, and we've been working together ever since.
And now doing that, talk a little bit about where you're doing this, you know, the location, and now that you guys are working together. I mean, how's it like, one, working with your brother, and two, the types of homes that you're rebuilding and remodeling, I should say, and really enjoying that in the communities that you're doing?
We are a design, build, remodeling contractor. Our business is in the East Bay, in the San Francisco Bay Area. Soon we'll be celebrating our 40th year together. I don't know how that happened, but I was 6 when we started, by the way. He's 12 years. He's the oldest of 4 children. I'm the youngest. He's 12 years older. It's been a marvelous journey. Of course, we've seen several recessions together. We've managed to survive those. We love what we do, and just want to keep doing it as long as we possibly can.
So talk about that. Instead of tearing things down, you guys love to really get the beauty of them. And I think that's what's nice about it, is rebuilding the structures and making them anew. Why do you want to do that? I mean, and it's fun. You've got an older brother working with a younger brother. There's a lot of kind of creativity there. 12 years apart, I love that. I mean, kind of like when I look at it, I've got an older sister, I'm the youngest in the family, you kind of work together. I love that kind of thought process. Tell me why you do that.
You know, we were raised in a home that was built by our grandfather in 1911. At any given time, there were 3 or 4 generations in that home, our grandmother, our great-grandmother, and in the early 70s, the community decided that the home needed to go along with many, many other homes because of something called urban renewal. And our mom was born in that home. And when that home was lost, a part of us was lost. So we find our journey remodeling homes, especially one that we recently completed, which was a 111-year-old historic renovation, that we can vicariously experience remodeling the old family home by doing these things. It's always been a fascination for us. For me in particular, I can recall applying a coat of red paint to that front porch paint, when I was just 7 or 8 years old, and I was so moved at what a marvelous transformation I made that I was hooked at that very moment. And I'm always, still today, I'm fascinated to see a space converted, and it's marvelous.
Now, there has to be, I mean, the joy of that, it's exciting just to see you bring new life to some of these old structures, but there's got to be some hurdles you have to overcome. I assume you're dealing with things like asbestos. I mean, older homes, we didn't know about some of the things we have, and you find a lot of mystery when you're taking and rebuilding and looking at these older structures. There's things you don't know what you're going to uncover. You know, you have termites and things you probably never imagined in some of these older homes, but then when you bring them to life and you bring these new beauty into these older structures, it has to be exciting like you're describing, but there's hurdles along the way, right?
Peggy, there are hurdles, and you're right. Some of them have to do with the potential dangers, if they're lead or asbestos, that need to be properly identified and abated. With what we do, But yes, that's true. Acoustic ceilings, for example, heat ducts, furnace wrap, vinyl floor tiles. These are things that are a particular concern. The other is what you mentioned, termite damage. The little 111-year-old home that we just completed, which was a 9-month project. That was 9 months, and it was a year in design and entitlement. So these don't move fast for us, and we don't push. It's like wine. When it's right, it's right. So the project that we took on, once we began to remove interior finishes, we discovered that studs were at 4 feet on center rather than 16 inches. We discovered that rafters needed to be supported. We discovered that ceiling joists needed to be added. There was, of course, we knew no shear ply, no earthquake proofing, and you can imagine how important that might be in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Are you using technology along the way to help you guys do some of the things? I mean, there has to be some really great highlights. You're talking about 9 months in development. There's got to be some things now you have to use to help you complete some of these projects, I would assume.
Well, I think we try and harness technology in any way that we can. I mean, we're experiencing technology at this moment. You're in one part of the country, I'm in another part of the country. Formerly, we couldn't do this. I'd have to jump on a plane and be in studio with you. We see more and more, even network television, using this technology. We're using similar technology as we visit our projects on a daily basis through video conferencing. We can meet with our clients. Some of our clients are overseas, and we share what we're doing on our projects. And as much as technology is concerned with regard to the design, you bet. We use state-of-the-art design. We do our 2D design. We convert the 2D design into 3D. We do a virtual reality so that our clients can experience the space before the first nail is driven, and they can walk through the space, look at the ceiling heights, look at the crown mold detail, look at the window detail, right down to the architectural baseboard finish and door casings and doors and door hardware, plumbing fixtures. It really gives us an advantage and helps our clients have a very keen understanding of what it is we propose to do to their home, so that they can weigh in on the design and make changes, again, before we begin to disrupt the existing.
James, thank you for being with us today.
It was my pleasure, Peggy. Anytime. Thank you.
Well, we enjoyed it. Sounds like you have a great, exciting time doing all these great projects. So thank you so much. That's James Carey, who's the co-owner of Carey Brothers Remodeling. We appreciate all your time today. And that's Someone You Should Know.